So Yanacocha has nearly finished exploiting the province of Cajamarca, and it set its sights on Celandine. However, it would not just be the same again, as the Conga project is due to be 3 times the size. What it has planned is to destroy 4 mountain lakes. 2 of these lakes would turn into huge open pits, and the other 2 would be used for toxic waste dumps. These mountain lakes are connected to thousands of hectares of wetlands and are the source of 5 rivers. So basically what this project would do would be cut off the head of this complex water system and irrevocably affect the water supply of Celandine and also neighbouring Cajamarca and Bamalmarca. Bamalmarca is a province that has had 200 years of mining activity, and its only remaining source of clean water comes from Conga. So unlike the people of Cajamarca, the people of Celandine were made aware of the consequences before the project was able to start. They found out through the environmental impact assessment and other means what the project had planned, and they organised themselves and started to inform the local communities. So with this organisation, the protests began, and huge mobilisations took place up at the lagoons and in the city of Celandine, and also in Cajamarca and Bamalmarca. Unfortunately, like Cajamarca, this resistance was met with repression. In July 2012, 4 people were shot dead during a protest. The state sent in the army and the national police to quell the protest. At one point, the army helicopters were circling the city, shooting into the crowd, and one of those shots killed 16-year-old Cesar, who was a well-respected youth and his local school mayor. Many people were also injured on that day, and also in another occasion up at the lagoons, one man, when the police once again shot into the crowd, one man was left paralysed. One man lost his sight, and one man lost part of his leg, amongst other people who were injured. So, and this, to date, not one policeman or army officer has been held account for these acts. And this is before the law was brought in that grants impunity to the armed forces for any deaths or injuries that occur during their acts of duty. So this is just one of many laws that the government has brought in to criminalise a protest. In the Conga case alone, over 300 community leaders and protesters have been accused of various charges, an example of which is psychological damage to the mining company. These charges are very expensive to answer to, because in many cases they have to travel across country to appear in court. It's a strategy from the government to annul the force of the protest. To date, like at the minute, 16 community leaders are facing over 30 years in prison for trumped up charges. Yeah, and just one more case that I'd like to highlight is a case of the Chalpe family. The Chalpe family have been violently attacked and psychologically tortured over the past 4 years because the mining company wants their land. In 2011, on 3 occasions, the police with mining personnel entered their land and violently attacked the family, destroyed their home, killed various of their animals. But when this didn't work to evict the family, then they brought them to court. And over the past 3 years, the family have had to endure various court cases. In the first court case, the judge ruled in favour of the mining company, but this court case had many irregularities, and So on appeal, the family won, and then the mine once again brought them to court, and once again the judge ruled in favour of the mining company, in a case once again of dubious proceedings. So the family at the minute is waiting on the result of the second appeal, and the verdict will be read on the 17th of December. So we're waiting to hear that, and standing by the family and hoping for the best, really. So I'll leave you with a video of Maxima, who is the mother of the family, singing about what happened to her and her family. If you're watching this video, it means that I haven't been able to connect on Skype. At the minute we're in a march from the Lagoons of Conga to Lima to participate in the Cumbre de los Pueblos, or People Summit, which is an alternative, which is being run as an alternative to the COP20, which is the conference of states on climate change, which is taking place in Lima at the minute. But as we know, like in the past, these conferences of states haven't really gotten us very far, and the main polluters such as the US and China haven't shown any real motivation to make the radical changes that we need to save life on the planet. So what's happening at this Cumbre de los Pueblos is that the communities all across Peru, and indeed all across the world, are coming together to reject this capitalist model that is driving us to destruction, and to put forward their own alternatives, and to make connections, and to start to build networks across the world where we can empower ourselves to live the alternative. So I'll leave you there. So it means I can't be there for questions, unfortunately, but you can find out more information on the blog, which is www.congoconflict.wordpress.com, or the Spanish version is celandinelibre.wordpress.com, or you can contact me personally, and you can get my email off one of the organisers of the event. So thanks once again, and I'll leave you with Maxima.